Hello everybody, my name is Shorter 2.5 and welcome to another exciting chapter in Dragon Ball Super What If, Haru of the Stars. Today, it's time. The Tournament of Power is nigh. All the warriors are gathered and the ultimate battle to decide the fate of one's universe is about to begin. If you enjoyed this video and the series, be sure to like, comment and subscribe for the events of the Broly movie and Super Dragon Ball Heroes are coming soon, but for now, here it is. The Tournament of Power starts right now. Enjoy! After events from the previous episode, our warriors arrive at the ring inside the World of the Void and are greeted by Cabba alongside his Saiyan friends Caulifla and Kale, who were female Saiyans, to which Goku was so happy to see, but Caulifla wanted none of his respect, and so, yeah, Caulifla just wanted no disrespect, and Haru was like, hey, that's one of your Saiyan relatives. Why would you do that? It's like, and Caulifla was like, no Saiyan relative of mine. Suck it. So Haru was then introduced to a fighter from Universe 2 who happened to be Brienne de Chateau, who declares herself along with her team that she will not lose and her universe will be victorious. Haru smiles and wishes them good luck, much to one of the other team members of Universe 2, Sankaku. She was quite impressed and admires her sportsmanship, to which it left Brienne kind of puzzled at this point. Finally, Goku and Haru do see Jiren, who, of course, like the original, tells both of them to get lost. Haru and Goku were indeed shocked out of their skins from Jiren's power, but now, the time is now. The Grand Minister declares that the Tournament of Power can finally begin with Universe 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, and 11 battling it out to decide the fate of their universe. Lilybo from Universe 10 was indeed in the original, not backed by Basil, but Haru catched Lilybo, to which even she was wondering why. But then she went back into the battle with not allowing her to get knocked down. But before she could move, somebody shouted, "Hey, Sanka, Sue, the time is now to show them what we can do." The person behind that shout was, of course, Brienne. And so all the fighters stopped and watched them transform. But, like in the original, it was interrupted by Android 17. But also Bergamo interrupted the transformation. And boy, did they both get scolded. Much to the point where Goku, Gohan, and Toppo stood in to back them up. And so, after a little talk, they transformed into the mighty warriors known as Ribrian, Kakuza, and Rosie, ready for action. Meanwhile, Universe 3 and 4 were losing fighters very fast, alongside Universe 9. However, during this struggle to protect one's universe, and during the battle with Goku versus Caulifla, Kale went berserk and in her mighty power knocked out 5 Pride Troopers and 9 members from Universe 9. Caulifla and Goku, alongside with Cabba and Vegeta, tried to stop her, but unfortunately it was to no avail. But from the distance, Jiren was the one to be able to beat her, giving her a friendly little quote, "Be gone." But, of course, she was out cold, just like in the original, and stayed inside the ring. 2 more of Universe 4's fighters were knocked out of the ring thanks to Krillin and 18, but suddenly, Frost was aiming to attack Krillin, but luckily for him, Haru saved him just in time, and Frost was able to escape. Meanwhile, while this is happening, Master Roshi took out Kawaii from Universe 4 pretty easily, although passed out after his little fight with Chicken Man Ganos. Goku was able to save him just in time before he passed out, like in the original, and Vegeta is fighting Ribrian somewhere else, and he isn't getting flipping disgusted like he did in the original. He stays to fight Ribrian, and in the middle of all this, 17 was indeed fighting Rosie, and of course had a little bit of a moment too by knocking out both Hop and Sorrel from Universe 9, leaving it with the trio de Don Jazz, Bergamo, Basil, and Lavender. Frieza knocked out Vikol and Jamise from Universe 2 with no problem at all, and this of course made Kakuza angry, but of course she let her guard down when Damon and Mona joined in the fight and nearly was knocked out of the ring. But thanks to Haru, they both knocked out both Mona and Damon, giving Universe 4 a disadvantage. Kakuza And of course, during that, Kakuza actually makes a bond with Haru, and even goes so far as to say, give me a moment, "Hey, you're very good, kid. After this tournament's over, why don't you come and meet me someday?" Got it? Haru eventually agrees to this and walks away in a little truce. But then Cauliflower and Kale used both of their Super Saiyan powers. Cauliflower with Super Saiyan 2 and Kale with her Mastered Super Saiyan to defeat the trio de Donjers and 2 Pride Troopers, causing Universe 9 to be eliminated. Rao, the Supreme Kai of Universe 9, was absolutely ticked and pleaded for his life. And yeah, boy, was he mad. He was like, "This isn't right. No, Grand Zeno, please, I'll do anything." And of course, Sidra from Universe 9, the God of Destruction, had enough of telling him to shut up. He was silent. And then Universe 9's block in the stands was moved away to the side, ready for their erasure. Universe 9 is gone. And there are so many universes left. So, let's see what the other fights are like, shall we? And of course, just like the original hit, was now struggling with the lightning-fast Sonic Warrior Dispo, and almost lost, but thanks to Goku going Super Saiyan God, he shows up and saved the day. Meanwhile, Krillin is indeed knocked out by Frost and Vegeta, much to anyone's surprise, and of course, during this confrontation, Master Roshi stood up to fight Frost, and he used the evil containment wave, but of course, like the original, Frost does reflect it at Vegeta. But then, this is the good part. Haru, senses the evil containment wave, comes in and bounces it back at Botamo, sealing him away in the bottle instead of Vegeta. To which it completely warned out Roshi, and of course, Roshi throws Botamo out of the ring, causing Gohan a little less work, I guess. And of course, Botamo was eliminated alongside Dr. Rota, because, let's just face it, Dr. Rota was never going to make it that far. Frost then retreats yet again, and Vegeta tells Roshi to give up and rest while he still has the chance. Well, he was going to die in this raid, just like the original, so Roshi is now out. Frieza and Frost then attack Gohan, like in the original, and nearly sending him out, but Frieza instead eliminated Frost, saying not to trust anyone. And I just think that's an epic scene. I'm going to keep it in there. But this time, the angry Frost, who was about to attack Frieza, was now knocked out by Vados before he was erased by the other Grand Zenos. Let's just say you got a bit of a mercy there, Frost. So, after that confrontation, Universe 2 had 5 fighters, Universe 3 had 7 fighters, and Universe 4 had 5 fighters, Universe 6 had 7 fighters, Universe 7 had 8 fighters, Universe 10 had 4 fighters, and Universe 11 had 3 fighters yet. After that, Universe 10 was then eliminated thanks to Frieza and Universe 3, but of course Jiren now sets his sight on Goku, who was ready for action. Meanwhile, Vegeta switches his sights to Toppo, and of course Haru does the same with Dispo. Haru was nearly battered by Dispo, but luckily he was saved by Android 17 and Kakuza, and 17, of course, gave the magnificent reply of, "You should pull back, dummy." Why do I get the feeling that there's going to be a ship? It's possibly never going to happen. I don't think so. During the battle with Goku vs. Jiren, he then launched the Universe 7 Spirit Bomb, but unfortunately Goku lost that fight and collapsed into a void created by the Spirit Bomb. But then, all was lost. But then he returned in the great form of Ultra Instinct Sign and fought Jiren once again. However, Jiren did push him back and Goku got tired yet again until Frieza gave him some energy as a little deja vu moment to when he did it to him back on planet Namek. Piccolo was later knocked out by Universe 3 and Jiren defeats all but 2 of the 5 fighters left on Universe 4's team, just as a little practice before Goku gets back up. 18 and 17 then worked together to defeat Rosie, which made Ribrianne super mad. But then, of course, Universe 4 was then eliminated thanks to Gohan and Vegeta, and Hit was, of course, knocked out by Jiren 2 just to protect Goku. Just when Kaba was about to be knocked out, like in the original, Vegeta saves him just in time. Vegeta and Sonel were next to be knocked out by Dispo, and then he set his sights on Cabba, who Dispo, like in Dragon Ball Super, this time Dispo's the one who disrespects Vegeta, saying how his pride is worthless. And Cabba, of course, in a furious rage, went Super Saiyan 2. But then Cabba was still outmatched, and then he set his sights on both Frieza and Dispo. So Cabba gets up behind Dispo, like Gohan does in the anime, and asks Frieza to attack him, send him flying out, sending the two of them out of the ring, to which Frieza gladly agrees. So Cabba and Dispo completely out. Goku was then back in action, but however was halted by the two warriors known as Cauliflower and Kale. But the only difference this time is that Vegeta showed up to fight Cauliflower and Kale this time around, so both of them went Super Saiyan God, and of course they then fought against Cauliflower and Kale with little ease. Of course, Whis even liked this match too, and I'm actually going to call this an interesting match, because you got Vegeta fighting Cauliflower, and you got Goku fighting Kale, and then the two of them fighting together. It's a brilliant match, but as the fight progressed, Vegeta and Goku had the upper hand. Or so they thought. Just as Goku and Vegeta were about to land the final blow, Cauliflower and Kale used their Potara earrings, forming into the ultimate female-fused warrior known as Kefla, who apparently battered both Goku and Vegeta in Super Saiyan God with Super Saiyan 2. But however, Goku, yet again, to save Vegeta, achieved Ultra Instinct, ready to fight again, and once again gaining the upper hand. After Goku's mighty Ultra Instinct Kamehameha, the Potara earrings broke. However, unlike the original, Cauliflower and Kale still remain in the tournament. And just like that, out of nowhere, Universe 4 was eliminated. And Android 18 sacrificed himself to save 17. All that was left from Universe 2 was Ribrianne and Kakuza, leaving Universe 2, 3, 6, 7, and 11 in the game, at the hands of the mighty robotic being known as Anilaza, who put all our fighters on the ropes. However, Ribrianne had one last idea, saying her tearful goodbyes to Kakuza. She then pushes Anilaza out of tries to push him out of the ring using her love Ribrianne form. Oh man, that's such a long title. But of course she then fails. But then, just when all hope was lost, she then asks Kakuza, Kale, Cauliflower, Goku, Gohan, Haru, Frieza, and 17 to fire at her back, which of course gave her enough force to push her and Anilaza out of the ring for good, eliminating Universe 3 and Brienne herself. And so, after knowing that she failed her universe, as Brienne cried at the stands, Haru gives her a little thumbs up outside the stands, and she even goes to say, "You really are a champion of love. Well done!" And of course, this cheered her up quite well. And of course, Brienne then wiped the tears from her eyes and wished Haru good luck. Aww. Oh, all that was left from the Tournament of Power: Kakuza from Universe 2, Cauliflower and Kale from Universe 6, Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, Haru, 17 and Frieza from Universe 7, and Toppo and Jiren from Universe 2. 11 fighters remained in the Tournament of Power until Gohan was eliminated by Toppo when his guard was down. The reason by this? Well, let's just say that coming in to the Tournament of Power is God of Destruction, Toppo. Cauliflower had enough of his boast of justice and how he says pride is nothing. And she and Vegeta go on a full forward assault at Toppo while everyone was having time to heal. However, Toppo blew Cauliflower away, but of course she was saved by Kale, who pushed Cauliflower back into the ring, causing her to get knocked out herself. However, Cauliflower wouldn't take that and decided to fire non-stop blasts at Toppo, pushing him back slightly. However, to Cauliflower's disappointment, she was knocked out too, eliminating Universe 6. And, of course, then Vegeta then stepped up his game for his family and for Cabba's promise. And, of course, he declares that to both Toppo and Jiren that he will defeat him. And so he becomes becomes a Super Saiyan Blue evolution. And of course, unlike the original, Vegeta decides to give it a nickname. Some people may call this some kind of tacky name, so you may call this Super Vegeta Blue. And Super Vegeta Blue is of course a really short name, but Super Saiyan Blue Evolution still the original name. So anyway, alongside Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Haru behind him, they began to fight Toppo. Neither of them could do any damage against him, and of course the tournament ring was pretty much destroyed like in the original. However, in a final act, Vegeta tells Haru to bring him back ASAP with the Dragon Balls. What? What could that mean? And, like in the original, Vegeta charged his energy and then used his final explosion to eliminate Toppo. Everyone panicked. Was Vegeta dead? That technique should kill him. But, luckily enough, Vegeta survived but was completely out of energy. However, Jiren was super disappointed at Toppo and was now left with the remaining fighters of Universe 7. And now, using his full power, Jiren managed to do some serious damage to all the fighters in the ring. But Frieza did some major damage to him before he was eliminated himself. Or maybe, I don't know. Kakuza had a little plan to knock out Jiren by blasting parts of the arena, which did work but then fell, and unfortunately she was knocked out, and with tears in her eyes she went flying out of the ring. And of course she left her final hopes onto Haru, giving the last of her energy just like Vegeta did. Universe 2 was then eliminated. Goku and Vegeta in Goku with his Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, and Vegeta in Super Vegeta Blue goes out on an all-out assault against Jiren yet again. But however, Jiren used an attack that would of course end all of them. However, 17 does step in and tries to save him. He was prepared to die, just like in the original, until Haru saved him by taking the blast himself, by knocking 17 out of the way. This left Haru wounded and and giving her a lot of fatigue. And a wounded Haru stands before 17 and says, "I saved you, dummy." Haru then collapses to the floor. She was out cold, but she was alive. From seeing the sight of Haru being completely battered, 17 was so furious and he attacked Jiren, nearly knocking him out yet again. However, 17 was about to be eliminated with a farewell from Jiren. But something happened with Haru that stopped 17 being eliminated, that even shocked Jiren. Her aura became as bright as the stars, and her hair turned black as the night sky. This was completely new to Haru, who completely tore Jiren's clothes to bits and nearly knocked him out closer than any of the other fighters. But of course, she lost the form and says with tears in her eyes, "I won't lose." But then Jiren punched her out of the ring. Everyone was shocked. Haru's efforts were to little no avail before Vegeta let out a mighty scream, "Saber Kakarot!" Haru then disappeared, much to Jiren's surprise, but then reappeared in the arms of Goku as he once again achieved Ultra Instinct. This time, it was back in action. Thanks to Haru's transferred energy, Goku then delivered a mighty punch to Jiren as the final battle began, with Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta by his side. Haru was then out cold and safe for the rest of the tournament and away from the battle that was about to take place. Goku and Vegeta fought Jiren as a team for a good few blows, which truly upsetted Jiren and actually made him smile. As Goku was preparing to go beyond Ultra Instinct, as Vegeta says, Jiren prepared an attack that would finish them both off for good while shouting, "It's over, Goku!" The blast was fired, but Vegeta took the hit, which of course eliminated him, allowing Goku to fully master Ultra Instinct. This time with white hair. It was the mastered Ultra Instinct form with of course his shirt on still this time. So, Goku and a passed out Haru are Universe 7's last hope. alongside 17 and Frieza, who was out cold at the time. And so they went all out against a brutally damaged Jiren at full power. The arena crumbled as Goku and Jiren fought, but thanks to Haru's borrowed power, Goku was now evenly matched with Jiren. All the universes watched as the two fought out for the final battle that was yet to come. And of course, this will be the final battle they will ever see before they are raised. One more mighty punch caused the explosion to end it all, and this caused Goku and Jiren to fall out of the ring of course, but before they did that, they of course were fighting on a piece of the broken arena, which of course broke after they were knocked out, causing the fighters to be eliminated. Was it over? Not in the slightest, because although Haru and 17 were also there, another familiar face showed up. Frieza. Frieza, Haru, and 17 were the remaining fighters of the tournament, causing Universe 7 to win. However, then, of course, she then used the Super Dragon Balls. However, she decided to give her wish to 17, to which 17 smiles on that. I was like, I wish for all the universes to be restored that would be erased in this tournament. And which the Grand Minister says, there's no need. You already passed the test. Everyone was so shocked. Even Frieza. A test? And apparently, after Haru's words from back then, both Zenos agreed that no universes would be destroyed, but instead would be a test of teamwork and perseverance, puzzling way too many people and gods. Haru was then relieved and was happy to see that everyone got a happy ending, and of course she was able to keep her promise to Sanka, to which she promised at the start of the tournament. But since Haru was the winner, she wanted the wish, but decided to give it to Frieza, to which he was like, no thanks. You go on ahead. I'd rather go back to hell than watch this. And then Whis came and was like, well, you should be happy too, Frieza. And of course, like the original, brings Frieza back to life, shocking everyone. And of course, Whis says that it's a gift from Beerus. That's kind of him. So, yeah, Frieza does get another chance in this timeline as well. But the wish still needed to be made, and so Haru wished back the Dragon Balls in of course, the future Trunks timeline. And of course, by doing that, she wished back the Kami from Trunks' timeline to be restored. And of course, if he's back, then the Dragon Balls and Piccolo would be back too, meaning that Trunks' future will be getting a happy ending after all. So after the wish was made, everybody went home and lived happily ever after. Meanwhile, Trunks and Mai were shocked and amazed at the sight of their Dragon Balls no longer being stone, as they were upgraded just like our Dragon Balls, 3 wishes and 2 if it's for multi-resurrection. Trunks looked into the sky and said, thank you guys. Thank you so much. And so, everybody went home. Frieza was now back, and Goku and Vegeta battled out in the mountains, ready for a new challenge. As for Haru, well, let's just say that she didn't want to miss a good fight. And that is the end of the Tournament of Power. So, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned. There's going to be a little bit of a delay for the next episodes because the Prison Planet nor Dragon Ball Super Broly content is released soon. But as soon as it's released, I cannot wait to show you how Haru will deal with Broly as well as Fu and Kumba. So, thank you so much for watching. This has actually been the longest, probably the most anticipated chapter of all time, but I'm really glad that you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you for next time. We'll be doing either Dragon Ball Super Broly or the Prison Planet Saga. Thank you everybody, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!